I think you're calling them.
What's up to all our sidekicks and henchfolk out there in the Mother Loving Geek Nation? You're currently tuning into the Teenage Mutant CultPop podcast, episode 38. Legacy episode 839.
38.
A show where we talk about movies and comics and the secret way of the ninjutsu.
I'm very interested in this.
Can we talk about that?
Nope.
Well, it's secret to us
And
so
everyone that watches.
But we've
can
shared
know.
it with each other. We just can't share it with anybody.
We already
that's
talked
listening.
about it. You missed it. It was really great.
Yeah, it was a completely different show.
Yeah, and everything that scratches your nerdy itch coming to you live from the Young Junk HQ. Johnny Destructo. With me this week is
Brian Lieb.
Also this week is
Noel Bartucci.
And we're going to get right into it as soon as I introduce our trusty producer, Dylan the Great.
Intrepid, even.
Hello. Dylan the
He's
Grand. Or Dylan the Grande.
Yeah.
To me, he'll always be venti.
He fills a room with his expertise. He's grande.
It's true.
Yeah.
So a film came out this week that I have been very excited about. And as it's been getting closer, I've been getting more and more and more excited.
Were there any dips at all, or
No
just
dips!
straight up?
Not a single dip!
Oh, so if we actually looked at the metrics,
Yeah.
the
Straight line
analytics
up.
of
Yeah.
your excitement and
Your
how it grows, just
Measured in
Yeah.
exciterons.
When did it start though? When did
with the first trailer.
Okay.
not just,
I wasn't like
you're not just
I
like-
wasn't on board for this like before I saw a thing because I don't do that.
No.
If I hear that something's coming,
Mm-hmm.
great. I'll worry about
Oh,
it when it's here.
I was
What if
wondering
they were
do you have
said they're going to do a Ben Reilly Spider-Man movie?
I'm in.
Wait,
You seem excited
I'm
about
immediately
it.
excited.
Well, hold on. That gets to my next question. So you don't have like an always humming, slowly building excitement for Turtles content?
No. There has been so much Turtles content over the decades
Hmm.
that I don't really read any of the comics. I lost track after Turtles 2.
The Secret of the
Secret
Ooze?
Secret of the Ooze.
And they were pretty
yeah, wait.
open about that, too.
Which Turtles 2? Secret of the
Secret of the
Ooze?
Ooze.
Or
Okay.
no, so not Out of the Shadows.
No,
From
I don't even remember which
19
one that is.
Or 2016?
The Michael Mann John.
Michael
Michael Mann, I wish. I would do that.
I swear to God, if there is a higher power that wants us happy, Michael Mann written, directed
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles movie.
Live action.
Oh, only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem came out this week. And it's do you guys, am I crazy? It seems I
Maybe.
compare it very favorably to Across the Spider-Verse and Into the Spider-Verse. Does that track to you guys?
I thought it
Animation
was
style.
animation style. This animation was very, very cool. Not as interesting and transcendent as the Across the
right.
Spider-Verse.
Well, seeing the trailers, I'd say yes. Seeing the movie, I don't think so anymore.
Okay.
There's much more there's a almost claymation tactile aesthetic to this
Yeah.
entire
Yeah.
movie.
With an
There's-
overlay
so
of
like the-
drawings.
Yeah.
Across the
Yeah.
Spider-Verse was a little bit more like each character kind of had their own flourish, but it still was of the same animated language. This is almost claymation,
Yeah.
Mhm.
almost sketchy.
It's good,
like
it's cool.
it's
Yeah.
I yeah,
But it's
I don't
definitely
think it's
doing a thing that I think Across the Spider-Verse has paved the way for.
well. I think
This
you're-
is a. Do you think this was looking like this before Across the Spider-Verse even happened?
But that's what I was gonna say. No, I think that it's able to do its own thing because of that,
Yes.
not it's doing that thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's able to express
I would-
itself due to the hard work of
Yeah, exactly.
the heavy lifting.
I'd like because I wouldn't want to discredit the visual language
Acumen?
of this movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
not at all.
So we're going to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Spoiler free at first. We will let you know when we get to spoilers because the movie did just drop this weekend. Let's start with
Can we before we talk about this movie?
Did you have another movie you want to talk about?
Well, just
Yeah, The
the
Man Who
Turtles.
Came to Dinner.
The Turtles franchises in
Let's
general.
do
Oh,
that.
okay.
That's a
That's
good
fine, too.
idea.
I never saw the other one, so.
Hey.
Ever? Any of them?
Wait,
The-
what?
No,
did you
I
just-
was doing like my own
Oh, your
private
bit
joke
about
over
it.
here.
Oh, I
Your
did
bit about
Yeah.
it's not a joke
we
that you
weren't
don't see
supposed to
anything.
listen.
Yeah.
no.
Just put up the screen.
There's
It's not
another
a
thing
bit.
going on. Yeah. I'm sure eagle-eared listeners will have caught it, and I don't know if eagles can hear all that well or what their ears are like. But yeah, no, I saw the original one We
right.
from
1990.
90 and The Secret of the Ooze.
91.
91.
Like
Thank you.
immediately.
I saw both of those,
And
and
I
I
think-
saw the original cartoon, which is
Oh, of course.
truly
Did
my
you
most.
never see Turtles in Time?
I did see Turtles in Time.
It was like
Yes.
94, I think.
I did see it.
I don't. I
93?
dropped off before the Time Turtles.
oh,
I
they
saw
were
it-
in,
I
they
saw it
were
in
in
theaters.
time.
You know,
Oh,
what what the
yes.
most memorable
for
thing
what?
about Turtles in Time for me? Or two core memories of
Mhm.
Turtles in Time. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time.
Starring the Teenage Mutant Ninja
Starting the
Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
And
In
they
time.
went through time.
Yeah.
The soundtrack.
Oh.
Which had
Mhm.
ZZ Top and something else. And Tarzan Boy, that song.
Oh my God.
I don't know why, it's core memory. I remember
no.
those two things in that movie. And seeing it in the theaters, it was one of the best trailer packages I've ever
Oh.
seen.
Oh wow.
What do we-
Because it
got?
was The Shadow,
Cool.
the trailer for The Shadow, and the
Yes.
first glimpse I saw of the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Well,
Oh wow.
interesting. Very cool.
And it was I Got the Power.
Yes.
I got the power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
Terrible
Okay.
trailers.
So the cartoon is probably still my far and away
Yeah.
main thought when I think of the Teenage Mutant Ninja
Sure,
Turtles.
sure.
You know, it was awesome. They were never my main thing, but I always liked them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They were your side thing.
Yeah,
Did you?
exactly.
Just a little side.
Yeah, I wouldn't turn up my
side
nose
piece.
at
It was my
turtle.
animated
you-
mistress.
Yeah.
Did you collect any of the toys?
I don't think I had any of the toys.
Oh, I had a
actually.
lot of the toys.
I might
I had a
have,
lot of
but
the
they don't
toys.
stand out in
All-
my memory.
All
I just
action
never had
figures,
the
though,
turtle
no.
van.
Well, yeah,
Never
I
the
was
turtle
gonna
van?
say,
I
I
wanted the turtle.
You should
van.
get it.
Oh, I should.
Uh,
I could.
lower middle class
Yeah,
upbringing.
lower.
Yeah, we never had vehicles. We only had action figures, and then the world was your play set.
Sure.
Yeah, so I never had the Technodrome, never had the vehicles, none of that
Did
stuff.
that main camera go off? Oh, keep
It's-
going. Okay, yeah, I have similarly.
Mhm.
I love the first movie. I love the animated series, the
Yeah.
cartoon, I should say. I don't know why that's different.
You shouldn't. I mean, you
Um,
should say it if that's what you want to say.
And I had so many of the toys. I loved them. I had like the bed sheets, and I was a big turtle guy.
Cool.
But
Oh.
for some
You had
reason,
the bed sheets.
I did. Oh yeah,
Did you pee in 'em?
Did you rub yourself against them
yesterday. Yeah,
when you were?
I was
You
like,
just
I
keep
hate
them-
these sheets.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I dyed them and I asphyxiate myself with these sheets.
Oh my
It's great.
god.
What?
Put in like a sexual
But I
way.
only watched
Yeah,
the first
yeah,
two
okay, yeah,
live
yeah.
action
Why
movies.
you yucking
I
me
did
up?
not bother with. Was there a fourth one?
No,
No,
I
they
think
got-
we
they
had
were
this,
lost in time
this
forever.
conversation in the
Yeah.
shop the other day. JD seems to think that there's like a phantom Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that
Yeah.
happened. Like, wasn't there like a one in between the two live
I
action
could have
series?
sworn there
Like,
was.
What was it about? JD, outline the plot.
I have
Yeah.
no idea.
Damn it.
It's
What's that being
Leatherhead
moved
runs for office,
Right.
and Shredder is his running mate.
That's interesting power
And it's a love
dynamic.
story.
I would have thought it was
They
the other
fall
way
in
around.
love and yeah.
That's cool.
Well, Shredder wants the power, not the prestige.
Oh, he's the man behind the throne.
yeah, he's the
I
Cheney
see. Yes.
to
okay.
Leatherhead's Bush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And this was before that political
Yeah, so
dynamic.
this happened-
presaged it.
Well, no, I mean, I feel like it was
Yeah.
around that. It was the night. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
no, that was fine. That
Interesting.
tracks.
Okay.
Because the new ones came out 2015 and 2017 or
Okay.
2014, 2016 or something.
Alright.
So like right in that period, there was a political thriller
Yeah. Set
starring
around
starring
Ninja
all of the
Turtles.
other mutants.
Is
in
this
the-
bit still going?
Yeah, I know. We're still
That's,
going.
That's neat. So
It was a 10
what
episode
about yours?
limited series.
What
I
about
remember
your
that.
experience
Released
with
on
the Turtles?
VHS only.
I love the Turtles. The cartoon was a must every Saturday morning. I think it was on at 10:30.
Hmm.
The toys were awesome. The original movies were just top tier. Happiness all around. And yeah, so I've sampled literally everything Turtles since.
Yeah.
Like the comics. Every time there's a new creative team, I'll try it. Every movie, even though nothing seems
Compares to you.
nothing
Oh,
seems
sorry.
like it'll be good,
Yeah.
I'll still go.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like support it. I do love this franchise. I think it's great.
But you thought this
Um,
seemed like it would be good, right? Before
Yeah,
going
yeah,
in? Yeah.
What did you think of the Michael Mann live
The
action?
Michael Mann ones.
Michael
the,
Bay.
The Miami Vice ones.
Yeah. Because I put it on in the shop last week.
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what? I'll
Sure.
put this on. I also bought digitally the original,
Mhm.
which is still great. It still holds up. It's fantastic. And it's not good.
The Michael Bay
No,
ones.
The Michael Bay
So the
ones.
Michael Bay ones. I think the first one's directed by Jonathan Liebsman, who did like I want to
With a
say
name like
maybe
that.
one of the. I want to say like maybe one of the. What's the Kate Beckinsale vampire bullshit?
Underworld.
Underworld.
I don't
Yeah.
care for those movies.
I saw them.
Maybe did one of those, and it's just like everything dark and grimy looking, and then he's doing the turtles, and it tracks.
Yeah.
But they
Like,
do live
it's
in the
just-
sewers, and
Yeah, but there's a certain kind of playfulness.
I know.
Now, I
Yeah.
will say the Michael Bay ones, the casting for the turtles, awesome.
Yeah.
Just absolutely awesome. Like the voices were, but they weren't teenagers.
Mhm.
They were like 45-year-old men.
Hmm.
But I also liked the swing that it took regarding their design. That this movie kind of carries forward too.
Hmm.
They don't all look the same.
Oh, I do
That's
love
true.
that.
They
Which
have
is,
different.
comes a long way from even like the original comic book where they, first of all, it was all black and white. But then when you did see them in color, they all had the same color bandanas.
they
They're
all
all
red
wearing
masks,
red
right? Yeah.
masks. And they all looked exactly the same.
I think it was the cartoon that instituted the colors.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
But this one, like the Michael Bay movies, introduced the idea that they have different physicalities. There's a stocky one, there's a skinnier one, there's a bulkier one.
Yeah.
They have cracks in their shells. They
Mm.
decide to wear arm bracelets or something. Like
Yeah,
they
like slightly
There
modified
was-
outfits.
Yeah.
well
Accoutrement.
there was character based choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just we're all carbon copy with just a different weapon.
I also
So,
didn't like
I
how
appreciated
huge and
that.
monstrous they were.
In the Michael Bay one.
The
Yeah,
size
Were they monstrous?
scary.
The size I
Yeah.
didn't have a problem with. The faces were a little like,
Yeah.
oh my
Nightmarish.
god, yeah, they're a little
Yeah.
nightmarish. Like,
You know what?
don't give them nostrils. Who cares? It's fine.
Yeah, they don't need to
Yeah.
breathe. The
They're mouth breathers.
yeah, exactly. You know what I always liked from the cartoon series were those communicators they had. Right, those were cool. They were
Trying to
like
remember.
little shells.
Oh yeah.
And when they used them, they would pop open.
Mhm.
Little antennae came out.
Yep.
They could communicate.
I was always upset by the van weaponizing pizza.
oh right.
Yeah.
It
'Cause
literally
shootout
shot
pizzas
pizza.
for
Yeah.
eating. Yeah,
You know, Michelangelo would not be cool with that.
he would not be.
Right? Also, in the second Michael Bay movie, which I did put on in the shop this past Sunday,
Yeah.
they have a van.
Okay.
It's a refurbished, technized, old garbage
Oh, that's
truck.
cool.
Trash.
Can you get out
truck,
the
like,
bottom?
come back
Can you get
to-
out the bottom of their van to go right into the sewer?
If
That'd
that
be cool.
if that functionality exists, it was not portrayed
Okay.
in the scene.
That would be cool.
But there was the most impractical like weapon that seemed like it was good on paper, but it's not, and that was Big Chucks. And it
Oh,
was
like-
just like robotic arms inside with Mikey doing
Sure.
nunchucks, and then just like giant nubchucks
Oh,
outside.
God.
And
Wait,
he
that was
just-
in the movie?
It was in the movie.
Oh my
And he was
God.
actually like hitting people on bikes and stuff,
Hmm.
like bad guys on motorcycles and other cars.
I
and
think
I-
you meant just
and I was
passers-by.
and
yeah. Like, screw you, New York.
and, like, imagine being on a motorcycle. Sure, they're bad guys, but imagine being on a motorcycle and being hit at speed with a giant steel nunchuck
They would
that's
die.
maybe 8
Yeah.
feet long.
Yeah, they would die.
So they're
you're-
murderers in this.
unless you're
movies.
Mads Mikkelsen in Dial of Destiny, in which case you're fine.
Funk.
Yeah. So
You. Oh, did we all go? This is our
did
relationship.
everyone go? We did.
Hey, what did you guys think about the recent, the one where there's only one turtle?
Oh, The Last Ronin.
Ronin.
The Last Ronin.
Comic book.
Did everyone
Yes.
finish it here?
I did not, but I'm
I read
curious
one
as
issue.
to.
I finished it.
Yeah.
I read it.
Oh, hi.
It is better collected.
Okay.
Oh, good.
I don't know why 5 issues. It was 5
Calm
issues
down.
long.
Here we go.
5
Uh,
issues long.
All right.
It took a year and a half to come
It
out,
was a long time.
and I don't know if that is on the page.
Whoa.
I don't know if
It's not good enough.
I don't know if the like what's
I
on the
see.
page
I
warrants
gotcha.
6 months between issues,
I see.
kind
I
of thing.
gotcha.
So I don't know
Hmm.
what the process of making it was, but it was. Also, it's a weird shape.
It is a weird
wasn't
shape.
it wasn't
Yeah.
like full prestige like the Black Label, but it also wasn't normal size. It was just taller and slightly wider.
It's a weird.
It didn't
shape.
fit in any bags, guys.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Comic bags. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It did
was
fit
a-
in grocery bags, but
yeah.
not
Trash
helpful.
bags.
Yeah.
But if that's what we do with our comic books. We just toss them in trash bag or in
Yeah.
garbage bags and
not our-
sack them over our shoulders,
Exactly.
just like walk
That's true.
around.
like
Yeah,
Krampus.
with a stick.
Yeah,
Like a hobo.
like a
bindle
bindle.
stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bindle sticks.
So were you excited for this?
I was very excited for
You
this.
saw the trailer and
so
what happened? You
I
were
was
like,
excited
"Yay!"
before the trailer. I saw that Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg were going to write and produce a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Mhm.
I think that's an awesome choice. I love This Is the End. I love their work, and I think it's subversive enough. Did Did I, like a lot of people, immediately think like, oh, it's going to be all dick and fart jokes now? No. It's going to be a family movie, but I like the idea of there being like an edge. And yes, I was very excited. I was even more excited after seeing the trailer and hearing their voices.
Yeah. They were voiced by, well, were they voiced by teenagers?
Yes.
Or
And
they
to be
just sound
teenagers.
like
They were
teenagers?
Their pictures
voiced-
look like
they
on
were-
IMDb. They seem to be.
They're teenagers, and they all recorded together in the room and riffed.
That's
in
cool.
the room.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
And they
cool.
used 90% of it.
Wonderful.
great.
Yeah.
And Noli D's in the chat saying, hee. Hi. Hand
Hello.
pink waving?
Hi.
What's hand pink waving?
Who knows? I don't care.
Okay,
You
go.
know.
Hi.
All right.
Hi, Noli.
I thought it was interesting that there was a like a prologue by Seth Rogen before the movie.
Oh, he
I-
showed up and was
a lot
like,
of
thanks for
movies-
coming to my movie.
A lot of
yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
A lot of Regal flicks do that right now.
Yeah.
Really? I have
Flicks
not seen
at
it before.
Regal.
Yeah. I have
So-
not seen that.
This was directed by Jeff Rowe, and I went, who's Jeff Rowe? And so I clicked the link, and luckily it told me. So he's worked on Gravity Falls, Disenchantment by Matt Groening. He was also the co-writer and co-director of The Mitchells versus the Machines, which also tracks a lot of stylistic choices for the artwork for this movie and that movie are very close.
And those are both, that's Lord Miller, and so was Into the Spider-Verse. So those two, I think, influenced each other greatly because they were the same kind of styles.
So, yeah, man, he's killing it. Did you like the movie?
Me first?
You first.
I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. Oh, so our screening, we went up here up the road. It was filled to the brim
Bursting at the seams,
with
even.
children.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was a very, very children heavy screening.
Makes
Same.
sense.
So,
Same.
which I have no issues with. So it took about 5 minutes to kind of really settle into to the left of me. She's going to keep asking for snacks. And to the right of me, these two very excited boys are going to explain every character to each other.
That was probably very helpful for you
I
to know
mean,
who Donatello was.
well, no, it was more like when a mutant showed up and like, oh, that's them. They're actually know this. Shh, shh. Okay. You know, like the whisper is louder than
That's
just
cute,
fucking saying
though.
something. No. I wasn't upset.
Yeah.
It kind of just added to it all.
Yeah.
I
I had a similar experience at my theater.
Yeah,
It was
you
the
were-
same theater.
Were you the one doing the talking?
Yeah, I was
You were
I
like
was telling the
poking at
kids,
small
I was
children.
trying to-
Shh, hey, have you seen this?
But Mondo Gecko.
The little girl next to me, her family was sitting in the row behind us. I guess because she probably just didn't want to sit with them. But then she kept asking for the snacks. I'm like, give this girl her snacks. And
Yeah.
then she pulled like a giant backpack and just like started like sticking stuff. I'm like, okay,
That's adorable.
this is great.
Yeah.
So that was the theater experience, and it still didn't sully the fact that this was just adorable. Like it was
It
a
really
fun
was.
ass movie. Do I think it's like amazing? No, it's solid. It was just a solid movie.
I would say it's amazing.
Is that less than amazing? to you?
Slightly less than amazing.
That's
just
it. You drop
amazing.
off a letter.
But amazing would be confusing because it's like
Yeah.
a lost. It's not. Yeah,
Shit, you're right.
it's just maze.
It's good.
It's just ing. No, I more than anything else in this movie, I appreciated, and we'll get into it in spoilers, that they don't give a fuck about any other version of the Turtles.
They do not.
Oh yeah.
They change things in every way, shape, and form without any kind of like pause, and it makes the movie better.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%.
I think this would have been a lesser movie if it really was just a retread of the same exact origin, the same exact character dynamics, the same exact blah, blah, but this was net different movie.
I would say the character interactions, like they still felt like the Turtles to me.
I'm not talking about them.
The Turtles
I'm
are
talking about
Everything else.
themselves,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Hey Brian,
Hey, what's up?
what did you think of the movie?
Teenage
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
movie.
Mutant Mayhem. Yeah,
Okay,
I want to
not
be clear.
like filmed entertainment.
No.
The movie
Yeah.
as a concept. Okay.
Spaceballs. Yeah.
It would be a movie, not the movie. If that was the question.
He waxes metaphorical and very
All the
poetic.
time.
He doesn't
you know?
wax metaphorical at all.
I'm
Yeah.
Like
never
ever.
I'm never not waxing metaphorical.
Yeah.
You're waxing.
He's JD seems to feel that scratching the side of his chest symbolizes
what is that
waxing
not it?
metaphorical.
When I'm confidently thinking of something,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like, "Ugh." Do you have scabies? Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
I have one scaby. Relax about it. Go ahead.
So anyway, this movie, the one about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I
And
liked
then
it.
Mutant Mayhem. Yeah.
And there was Mutant Mayhem, but I don't think it was just theirs.
Oh no.
JD.
Multi-mutants.
Multi-Mutant Mayhem.
Yeah.
Would have been a good title too. But
Multiverse of Mutant Mayhem.
yeah. I thought it was a lot of fun. I didn't think it was
Amazing.
No, I didn't. I wouldn't say
Was it amazing?
The animation style was phenomenal, and
Yeah.
I loved it. The story overall, there wasn't anything deeply layered or particularly, I don't know, of note,
Mhm.
but it was still a very fun story about, whereas the recent Spider-Verse movie was like, oh, there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of interesting themes and that kind of thing. This was a little more just like, we're going to have a fun movie with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is not it's not intrinsically bad.
Actually, I felt that this one was more emotionally intelligent than any of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Even the 90s cartoon.
Very much.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, just so much. In fact, it sets the stakes for them much more effectively than any other version, I think, of live action or animated Turtles.
It also had a more evolved emotional interactions between characters, which I thought was very cool and I appreciated. That is, luckily, something that is not uncommon these days, right?
Yeah,
It's-
people.
yeah.
I think I'm glad we're in an era. I mean, it's not every case, but I'm glad
Yeah.
we're in an era where IP is given effort, or it's considered the emotional core is considered as a feature, not like
Yes.
a hand wave
Yeah,
or just,
like a
yeah.
story that can be told with
Yeah.
these characters, or how might they interact in a positive way. And I think it's a lot more evolved than some of the old, like, we're the good guys and those guys are bad because they're not good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So overall, yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was interesting also to make April O'Neil also a teenager.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. And
April O'Puke.
yeah. Nice, Noel. Yeah, so what did you think, JD?
Oh, well, thank you for asking.
You're very
I
welcome.
was
Anyway, we've got no time for this. We're gonna go ahead and see.
I love this movie a lot. I think it does everything that an animated family film should do, which is keep the kids entertained with a lot of spectacle and a lot of jokes. But also, I think it brings a lot of heart, a lot of interpersonal relationship and character work that you don't get in things like maybe the Michael Mann version of the Turtles. So I was tickled the entire time. I like the changes that they made to the stories and to my expectations as to how things were going to go involving certain characters and their interactions. So I was just the entire time had a smile on my face. I was enamored with the art style after a bit.
Oh, wait,
It
now
took
you
me a
didn't get
little
right
while.
into it?
Because some of the humans are like, they'll draw a face, a half of a face in one style, like kind of an oval maybe, right? And then the other one will go chink, chink, chink.
I don't
and
think
it'll be very
they were,
angular.
Yeah, there were no faces that were symmetrical.
Nothing was symmetrical. That's good. Thank you. That's
Interesting.
exactly the way I want to put it.
Was a choice.
Yeah. But I was like, man, a lot of this, they're really leaning into being ugly. Like everything in this movie is kind of ugly, but beautiful at the same time, with the way that it was rendered and the way things moved. And I really did like the sort of claymation vibe that the jitteriness of the frame rates brought us.
Yeah, like the skin texture of the turtles was claymation. It just looked like thumbprints moving it between frames. Like there was a texture to it that you don't see in other computer animated movies, which was really wonderful.
And I found all the turtles, you know what? A lot of the characters I found to be very charming, and the way they interact with each other was just a bucket of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just
How'd
can't
you
say
feel
enough
about
stuff.
the music?
The music, I was just getting ready to say, and the soundtrack.
Were they bringing the Go
fucking
Ninja,
slaps.
Go Ninja Go? For a
Oh, that's
second?
true. There was in there.
Yeah,
that was in there for a
the
second.
score is by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
Yeah.
The score itself is great. Like,
I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't even notice the score, but the soundtrack of sort
It's
of
all-
just hip hop.
It's all 90s hip hop.
Yeah, late '90s, early aughts hip hop. Awesome.
So there's specifically a scene. It's an action montage to No Diggity, and
Yes,
both my
that was
wife and I
cool.
were like, I love this song so much, and I had like a almost like old man moment where it's like, all these 9-year-olds have never heard this song
Yeah,
before.
yeah, yeah.
And I loved it. It was great.
Also, the Four Non Blonde song.
Oh, twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once, sadly.
Yeah.
What's the name
What's
of that
going
song?
on?
What's
Is that the
going
name
on?
of the song?
That is.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's like the regular version by Four Non Blondes, and then there's a different version that
Yeah.
picks up where that one leaves
That was
off.
fun.
Very kind of
like-
almost annoying.
Also,
Yeah, a
my
little-
favorite
yeah.
my favorite actor in this entire movie was Post Malone.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was
who
a good
was he?
time.
Ray Fillet.
Ray Fillet.
Oh, is that who that was?
Yeah, that
God
was.
damn it.
Whole
Is that
time.
the only thing
Yeah.
he says? He says more than that.
He says
But-
like a couple of things
Yeah,
about
yeah.
how he likes to say his name.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, but it's
I
like
didn't
it. I like
realize
him.
that. I loved Mondo Gecko, and then I
Yes.
found out afterwards introducing Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
It's like yes, awesome. That's a good bit.
let's get into spoilers. I want to
All right.
talk about
Ooh.
a couple of like really specific.
Do we all recommend the movie?
I recommend the movie.
In
yeah,
theater?
Let's see wherever you want. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Especially if you want to go watch like a Ninja Turtles movie, right? If you're not into the Turtles already and you don't
Okay.
think you would be like, this is probably not
I
the
think that's-
movie for
I
you,
think that's a
but-
What?
fair, I think that's a fair
If you don't like the
caveat
Turtles.
for every movie.
I suppose.
If you're forced to go, you may not like it.
No. I mean, like, there are some movies where, for instance, Into the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
if you're not already into Spider-Man, you might still like that movie.
Yeah,
This movie, if you're a big fan of cool, really cool looking animation,
yeah.
you will probably enjoy this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you like the Ninja Turtles, you will enjoy this movie. I don't know.
You don't recommend it just based off the merits of the film itself?
I'll go watch the movie. I don't care what you do.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He just crumbled like a paper doll.
It's
I don't
fine.
give a fuck.
I'm
Yeah.
not anti-recommending it.
Okay.
It just wasn't transgressive.
I wouldn't necessarily say
gotcha.
to
You gotta
somebody
take your
like,
mom to
yo,
see it.
you gotta see this movie.
Yeah, I understand.
Right. It's
I get
a
it.
Was
yeah.
it better than Mario Brothers? Yes.
I didn't see Mario Brothers,
Yes.
Yeah, I
but
know.
Yes,
I would
it
imagine
was.
it was.
Biggest movie of the year.
Was it better than Barbie? No.
What? Who?
Barbie,
similar
I
Oh,
think-
no,
property
I
from-
I
wasn't
don't
better than
know.
Barbie. I actually don't think it was better than Barbie.
I think it's
No, I
up
don't.
there with Barbie, though.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I'm not as
Um,
enamored with Barbie as I think most of society is. I think it's very, very good.
I'm not enamored with
Yeah.
Barbie at all.
There's some people that
I
hate
think
it
the
a lot
movie's
for
great.
terrible
Oh,
reasons.
I'm not that.
No, I know you're not. You seemed to like it the other day when we talked about
I
He does like
yes,
it.
yes,
Yeah.
just
but
not as much.
as much.
All
yeah.
right. I got you.
Oh, spoilers. We're going to get into spoilers.
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Spoil me, baby.
Okay. So, this is the first time I always knew that stuff sucked when you can't live in the real world. This is the first time I felt it.
Yeah.
Like them having to watch the movie, but then like that sad walk home.
Mhm.
Like
Hmm.
that was more effective
Well,
than all the other movies.
I like that it takes its time with that.
Yeah. And-
It's not just going to the movie. It's like the lead up to the movie, and then sitting there watching the movie, and then going home. And
They just want to go to high school.
they just they just want to be normal kids, hanging out with their friends.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It
Probably
makes me think
bullying other
it,
kids,
It
'cause
makes
that's
me
what kids do.
no, it makes me think of
Not all kids.
so I immediately thought of like compared them to kids with immunocompromised diseases and or
yeah.
any kind of disability or incapacity that doesn't allow them to just be a kid.
Mhm.
And that is, I feel like that's something that wasn't in any other iteration of this. Like, yes, they pay service to, they won't be accepted, but they don't like actually pay service. Other versions of the story don't pay service to the emotional weight of that.
That's true.
Mhm.
They just wear a
That this
trench
one
coat.
does. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Also too,
That's a
it
good
was
point.
more real in this one because they're fucking kids.
Yeah.
They
That's
sound
true.
like children.
That's true.
They don't know things. It's not a 45-year-old man trying to sound cool. Like
Yeah.
they're kids.
sounds
That was
so
pretty cool,
cool.
though.
Thanks,
yeah.
Steph.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It was
I
really
should probably
cool.
get a job voicing teenagers
Could
in,
we-
in animated cartoons,
You probably
preferably
should.
ones with anthropomorphic
But
animals.
Only if they're cool.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
might
I mean,
go to
didn't
a
you hear the
diner
voice?
later if you
Yeah.
want to if you want to hang out.
Sure.
Wait.
It's like there's reasons to hang out with me.
Can you do
I just
something
think
that sounds as cool as that?
No.
Well, then I don't see any reasons. We were talking about changes, of which there are many,
So
to
many.
the traditional turtle mythos.
Oh yeah.
One thing that I kind of thought might be coming, which is a change from I think every adaptation, but is actually in the original, I really thought Seth Rogen might do, is something that referenced Daredevil in some way.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That like after, instead of the guy dropping it down the sewer,
Yes.
maybe they stole it effectively and they were driving away in the truck,
Yeah.
and then that's how the ooze got lost. And you see like some kid also get exposed to it, and it's just nothing. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been awesome.
That would have been
I kind of
awesome.
wish they did that. That you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, so for anyone who doesn't know, does everyone out there? Do you out there know that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are a direct result of the Daredevil mythos?
intended as a one-issue parody
Yeah.
of Daredevil, with the ooze that transformed them being the same ooze. It
Yeah.
like dripped down into the sewer that transformed Daredevil, and you've got the Foot Clan instead of the hand,
Yeah.
Splinter instead of Stick.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah. I think there's
that
a couple
blew
other
my mind
things,
when I
but-
was a kid.
Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Or even as a young adult, which is when I think I found it out.
Oh.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
what's
Sorry.
the delineation between young adult and kid? Like 13, 14? What is a
Oh
teenager?
no, I'd say my 20s were young adult.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I would say.
Another change that I was surprised by is no Shredder.
Oh,
I was surprised by that, too.
I wasn't surprised by that. Like
Yeah?
he didn't show up or anything, so I was like, "That's going to be a whole different story." I was surprised by, everyone is on their team.
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone.
Everyone
was
except
very surprising.
Superfly.
They
Is he
they
from earlier? Did Superfly
Yeah,
exist
he
before
exists.
this movie?
yeah. There's no net new. I think maybe Scumbug is the only like
Okay.
new. But yeah, there's a turning point in the movie where they convince all the other mutants
Yeah.
that there's a better way.
Yeah.
And I really
they
thought
all
like
turn.
some of them at most.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I didn't remember I don't remember most of them from the cartoon. So I thought, well, maybe Mondo Gecko is a good guy in the
Yeah, yeah,
cartoon,
yeah.
But yeah, there was a really
Yeah.
interesting and cool choice. to
Bebop
have
and
them do that.
Rocksteady
So
are allies. in
Yeah.
this. Like it was great. And then yes, the Splinter of it all. He's just another animal that got it.
I love the
Hates-
explanation.
Trusts no one, hates everyone.
Yeah.
Teaches them to defend themselves. And at one point, like I have the very dumb movie continuity, the original movie continuity in my head where it's a fucking rat in a cage. Who
Yeah.
has a rat for a pet? But it's a fucking rat in a
That guy with
cage doing
Many
like
The
people
ninja
have
guy.
rats
Yeah, a lot of
for
people do.
pets.
in
Yeah.
Mostly ninjas.
How many do you have, JD?
doing a
They
little
all died.
animatronic rat doing
Yeah, a
like
little.
ninja
That's
moves.
how we learn
Yeah.
the moves.
Learning. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Which
I-
is from the comics.
I prefer
Is
this
it?
better.
yeah.
And
yeah,
then because Splinter is his protege who turns into his
I
rival,
think-
right? And that's why there's a thing between Splinter and I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
the-
Shredder is.
yeah. No, Shredder. I don't believe that Splinter was Shredder's rat.
No. I think Shredder was Splinter's
killed
owner's
Splinter's
rat.
owners.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
It was like
right.
the Soft Master and the Hard
Right.
Master from the Arashikage clan and G.I. Joe comics from the 80s.
Soft Master.
Yes.
Let's
The
not
hell?
get into it. But I loved the emotional ineptitude and torture of Splinter. I think it was wonderful.
I do agree with Dane Zdanowski that says, I'm still digesting this version of Splinter. Loved how funny he was, but his ninja skills came out of left field. I agree with that. I thought it was an interesting choice to have him learning that at the same time as the Turtles were from these video sources. And I don't think it's necessarily worse, but it is a little bit like, oh, how come he's a master then?
Yeah.
Well, he's just
And-
older.
Because they
Yes.
were kids.
That's true. I also loved that explanation.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I was an older rat and you were babies, so I became an older thing. Makes perfect sense
Makes
if you think
perfect
about
sense
it.
if you think about it.
Which,
yeah.
which it does to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
And I think in the Michael Bay versions, it was also like they're just animals, but in the sewers, there's like almost like encyclopedias about fighting styles.
That makes
And they
sense.
just
Yeah.
same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, Dane, I saw the mid-credit scene with Shredder.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you, when that happened, to fast forward to that, Shredder's just hinted at, and they're clearly hinting at someone. I'm thinking, is it Krang or is it Shredder? Or is it maybe both? That would
Yeah.
be awesome. Because I'll tell you, Krang. He's great.
I love Krang.
He's great.
Krang's
He's
delightful.
the brain and the torso of a man robot. It's great.
I agree.
I also like that they are still. It's Turtles year one basically. Even when it comes to them going out and trying to be helpful. So their first attempt at ninjutsu is nonsense. Like it does not go as well as maybe they had hoped it was. They finally they pick up the pieces, but
Sure.
Yeah, they've never hit a man.
yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that. Really good bit.
Hey, you know what I don't think got used very much was the nunchucks. You didn't see that much nunchuck action
Well, you
from
saw
Michelangelo.
Not from Mikey so much, but Splinter used them quite effectively.
Yeah, during that,
Yeah.
he's got all the weapons
But-
scene, which is very cool.
The
I have a big stick. Why did I wind up with a big stick?
Yeah.
Oh, I also
Donatello?
liked that they're shown all training with all of the weapons.
Yes,
I thought that was very cool. And they're just
Yeah.
like, well, I gravitate to this one, and
Yep.
this is the one I'm going to use.
that's cool.
It's really lucky that two of them didn't take
Pick
to
the
the
same
weapon.
ones, yeah.
I'm sure there was a fight at one point.
Probably.
I also love. This is the first time, at least to my knowledge, that we've had the kind of character interaction of Leonardo has a giant fucking crush.
Oh yeah.
It's
you not
never
always on
Leonardo.
April?
It's Mikey usually.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's awesome.
Mhm.
I loved April in this.
Yep.
She's on the same kind of like character arc that they are, trying to prove themselves in some sort of way. This was a wonderful movie.
I was also surprised that Superfly
Mhm.
was not Baxter Stockman.
Yeah. Well, I wondered, is Baxter Stockman Shredder?
Oh.
And that's my guess, is that he is somehow Shredder, or Shredder is just completely unrelated.
I think he's
But
unrelated.
maybe he turns into
It's-
Krang.
I think it's
No, but then he wouldn't be from another dimension.
I think
would-
completely
Right.
unrelated because the I forget the main baddie lady's name, Cynthia. Cynthia is
chilling name.
trying to is against Stockman at the very beginning, like
Yes.
trying to so
Yeah,
she
yeah.
wouldn't go to
Hmm.
him.
Strange
to find her.
bedfellows. No, probably not.
No, yeah.
All right. Yeah, probably not. So what's up with Stockman? Is he around?
I think he
Did
just got exploded.
Did he run off?
I mean, we didn't see him die off screen, but I don't think
Yeah.
it truly
Mm.
matters. But Superfly does say that he was gifted with his father's intelligence.
Yeah, like he was a merging of them somehow.
Maybe.
I was wondering
Yeah.
that, like Cronenberg, they Cronenberg together.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Immaterial. It's a fun movie.
It was fun.
I just.
They're already developing a sequel as well as a TV series.
Oh,
TV series.
Because I would like to spend more time with these kids. Speaking of spoilers, the end of the film,
Mhm.
the fact that they join,
They get to go to
they
high
join-
school.
they
man.
join the high school,
And they don't wear their masks
and
anymore.
they take the masks off.
That
I'm
was
like,
cool.
oh yeah,
It's really
that's,
not
I guess
hiding
they would.
their identities at
Yeah.
all. Actually,
Yeah,
if
right.
anything, the masks are pointing out which one is which.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, but now they all have their own clothes and their own
That's
kind
true.
of personalities,
Yeah.
so the
That's true.
masks are there's no point to them.
What'd you think of the giant
But they just like
kaiju
them.
at the end, the Superfly kaiju?
That was cool.
Yeah.
I like the little fake out with the, they get the animal stuck together thing, and just this one horse falls
Yeah,
off. He's
baby
like,
horse?
One horse.
I don't need
got
that horse.
yeah, he was fun.
There's so many little lines of dialogue that just feel like someone did it on the day.
So I was saying that before we recorded. I did learn that they all did. Did we record that? It doesn't matter.
Let's record it again.
These kids, all four of them,
Yeah.
recorded voice act. They recorded their parts together, and they riffed together.
That's
And
cool.
they
Love that.
and the director just kind of let the tape keep rolling as they just
Hmm.
kind of like kept playing with each other.
That's awesome.
And most of their interactions in this movie are them fucking around. There's a couple of scenes too in the movie where they're just like they go on a tear of like singing or
Mhm.
making fun of each other. That was just the kids
That's
messing
great.
around,
I love that.
which made it more like real.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then like April being like, "This is not helping. You guys are being
yeah,
idiots." And
yeah,
there's
yeah.
like, okay, okay, yeah. It's all fun.
I also like little things like the Mark Ruffalo conversation.
Yeah, that was cool.
Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
in
That's
the,
right.
in the
yeah.
Avengers.
He's
yeah.
he's he largely
Improvised that.
that
Yeah,
scene.
Highly recommend this movie. This is probably my favorite, except for the original. This is my favorite Turtles.
Interesting.
Is that nostalgia or is it better?
It's better,
Is it?
but I just have such nostalgia for the first movie. Like I have an actual, I don't have a lot of memories, but me being in the theater in 1990, watching the first movie with my grandfather at the AMC Orleans 8 in Northeast Philadelphia. Like it's cemented in there. And I loved it. I remember going out and immediately getting the novelization, and I read that, and I just loved it. So I do have about 20 Vespas stacked.
Long ways or
Long
on top
ways,
of each other?
yeah.
Oh, it's
What
pretty
are
tall.
you measuring
Of nostalgia.
in length? Oh, okay.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's Vespa is now just a metric. It's not
okay.
necessarily
Yeah.
a metric of length or weight. It's
I
just
got
a
you.
metric.
An amount.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like saying a 4 of happiness.
Oh, I understand.
yeah.
A hedon.
Yeah.
A proposed measurement of happiness. The place where Cynthia works that you see at the end.
TCRI.
Yeah. Is that seems familiar?
It is.
Okay.
What is it?
It's the company that
That's it.
it's the letters that are on the tube.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
TCRI.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they don't like
It-
open the portal for Krang or
No.
something. Okay.
This is all Terran based.
I got you.
There's no
Now-
Dimension X. Will there be? Probably.
I hope
There
so.
better be.
I hope so.
All right. So
Yeah.
which one is better though?
Mhm.
Meg.
Seth Rogen did produce another animated film.
What was that?
Sausage Party.
That was a lot of fun. That was a
This
very
is-
fun movie.
This is better.
I know,
what's-
yeah,
what
I'm
the
just-
fuck,
it was a
man?
joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. It's like comparing sausages to turtles.
God damn it.
both wildly edible.
That's true.
Wildly.
Wildly. Yeah.
And Dane says, and funny that when the turtles got captured, it was a milking machine.
Yeah, that was
which
funny.
Splinter
They
warned
milk
them
you.
about.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
There's so many good running gags in this movie.
Yeah.
I honestly would like to see it again.
Oh,
I wish that my wife was more interested in seeing it in the theater, so I had a reason
Mm.
to
I
go
loved-
see it again.
Seems like you
loved-
have a reason.
I think Donnie was my favorite because he's so timid, and when they're about to die, his only wish was that he got to see BTS IRL, the
Yeah. What is BTS?
K-pop band BTS,
All right.
Thank you.
In real life.
That, I knew the IRL
and then they're
part,
like,
but-
"We'll sing for you,"
yeah.
and he's like, "You guys don't even know the words."
it
It was so sad, and then, like that's kind
I
of the
did-
song.
that
That's kind
I
of the
missed
song.
it.
It was like smooth like butter, undercover. And like, you guys are trying. It's terrible. It was such a sad, wonderful moment. I'm like, this movie has character for days. So-
Even little things like they talk about if they all, they die together. He's like, oh, these are the last faces I want to see. But then as they're about to die, he's like, I said that,
was
but
nice. Yeah.
I've never seen anything more beautiful or something like that.
Yeah.
He's talking about
That
his
was very nice.
brothers. I love all their camaraderie. And
You
then
guys think
with
that-
all the mutants that join them. I
Yeah,
love
and now
that.
live with them, not just like they're
Yeah.
on the same side, but they all
Yeah.
live together.
I never thought that was going to work. Just come live with us, guys. We can all be friends and hang
Yeah,
out. There's
they're
plenty
all
of room.
Guys, the sewer's very
oh, shit,
big.
that worked.
Yeah. Sewer's very
that
big.
never works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if Bebop and Rocksteady will, for some reason, go with Shredder, and it's
Right.
like, hey, you guys were very close, and we don't want to be fighting you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
In the next one, who knows? Also, that whale probably died, right?
Yeah.
They just got
So-
left in the middle of the city.
The giraffe also probably died.
Yeah.
You think the
His
giraffe?
forehead
Could run
giraffe.
away.
Probably.
My wife says, you have a regal pass. Just go see it.
Yeah, you already
It's
have
not
a reason.
about that. It's
Ew,
about
Sushan.
leaving my family at home.
I mean, you're good.
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
You're only
All
like
right, I'm not coming home. I'm just going to go see
he's
the movie
10
again.
minutes from home
Yeah.
by
Huh.
foot. Yeah, so it's a,
She can find
Not
you.
Foot Clan. Not to be confused.
I mean, you don't
No,
need
they would be
you don't
much
My
need,
Foot
faster.
Clan.
you don't
They
need
move
other
very
people to
quickly.
assist you at walking. Yeah.
Anything else about the teen? Hey, Dylan. Did you see the movie?
He
Do you have
didn't
any
say it.
interest in it? Do you have any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles experience?
Yeah,
Because you're
of course.
the
Yeah,
younger generation.
yeah. All the live action movies that they've
Hmm.
done.
The Michael Mann?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are great. I specifically remember having one of those felt posters that you can
Oh.
color in yourself.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
specifically
I
remember.
remember
That's cool.
those.
Get,
existing.
getting
Yeah.
my aunt buying me one of those that was Teenage Mutant.
Did you
That's
color it in?
Ninja. I sure did.
That's cool.
Yeah.
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 Do you still have it?
No.
Are you planning to see this movie?
Yeah, I'd eventually. Yeah.
right on.
Like out of all the movie, I just recently got to go see Barbie, so that was sort of my
Hey, Barbie.
movie splurge.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
But
Not the
That's
Meg,
yeah.
not Meg 2, The Trench.
that's
Do they live in that
next.
trench?
I'm
If
not
that
live in the
one,
trench?
then Oppenheimer.
I'm not being facetious. I genuinely want to see Meg 2, The Trench.
I have no interest in the trenching.
It's about a megalodon.
Meg
Katie.
Meg 1, which I mean it's
I never
just
saw.
called, it's just
I never
called
saw Meg.
the Meg, but
The
now
Meg?
with a 2,
The Meg one.
it's the Meg 1.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Is that an episode of Friends?
Absolutely wonderful movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like
Is it better or worse than
Sharknado.
Deep Blue Sea?
That's maybe the worst movie I've ever seen.
Deepest, bluest. My head is like a
I,
shark's fin.
I actually disagree with you.
No, Blind Date was probably the worst. It's very close.
Blind Date.
What was the? Yes, with Bruce Willis.
We've talked about this before.
Oh yeah,
and Kim Basinger.
Basinger.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cast
Mary
is
Kate.
phenomenal, and
Yeah.
it
Oh, you
is.
got him on a tear.
Oh, we're
that
leaving.
movie. That movie. But all right, what's the worst movie I've ever seen? You
I
said
know,
was wrong
I know.
about
We were doing that. We're just doing like shark movies.
that. Yeah.
We're only on shark movies. I think Meg
Uh-huh.
was super fun.
Okay.
It was very, very fun.
I
It was
like
very,
Jason
very
Statham.
silly.
Mhm.
Rainn Wilson's in it.
Oh, that's cool. Does he play the shark?
A bunch. Yes, he plays the shark.
That's cool.
A bunch. It's just it's fun. It's like sci-fi dumb fun.
Hmm.
Very well
I hate
produced.
sci-fi dumb fun.
Has there been a megalodon the whole time, or did somebody accidentally or purposefully bring it back to
It's
life?
been a megalodon the whole time.
Okay.
So there's this research facility that is trying to go deeper than blah 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 in the Marianas Trench. They're able to, but
shit.
they essentially like
What the
open up a pocket and 2 things get out.
Megalodon pocket. Well, 2 things.
Yes.
A megalodon and what else?
So almost every shark movie
Uh-huh.
ever,
2 things.
halfway through the movie, they
Uh-huh.
think they won,
And then
it
that
didn't
thing gets
win.
eaten by the bigger thing.
and you
right?
end up finding out like, oh,
Shit.
that's the small one.
Oh no.
Same exact
You
fucking
know, I
thing
think I
happens.
Were
saw
they
this
friends?
movie.
It's fun.
I might have seen the
Yeah.
Meg.
It's
Shit.
there's like the whole third act is the Meg
Uh-huh.
eating
Huh.
randos, and
Huh.
it's just amazing.
Okay.
It's a great movie, and Jason Statham
Hmm.
fights it.
Does he get out alive? Is he going to be in the second one?
He's in the second one.
Cool.
And he's also fighting.
Round Robin. What was your favorite thing about this movie?
The shark.
Before we sign off.
the 4 characters, the 4 main characters were delightful. I would watch them just sitting in a room.
I really was taken with Mondo Gecko.
Hmm.
I thought he was great.
Probably the turn where they all get together and have a community and camaraderie between them. That was cool.
Sounds awful. I hate that.
You said earlier you liked it.
Well, thanks so
I
much for
hate
hanging out with
those.
us. We will talk at you next week when we're going to discuss something else in front of these cameras to you, and you'll watch it and then maybe comment about
Yeah.
it.
And probably Blue Beetle the week after that.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
get ready.
Who's excited for that?
But still watch it next week. Cause
I think
could be
everyone.
fun.
Should, I'm very excited for it. I think everyone should
Me
go
too.
see it.
I'm very excited
I
about
want it to make money for
Yeah.
representation. I want it to be fun. Like I really, really want it to be fun. and I
There are
hope it is.
there are human beings,
Yes.
human
True.
folk
Yes.
out there who are mad at the line "Batman is a fascist,"
Hmm.
which is a throwaway joke.
So to fuck them, go see it immediately and tell all your friends.
I will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
then,
How do you
Um,
have to go see it to fuck them?
I'll tell you, I was kind of excited about it earlier on, and then these last 2 trailers, I was like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, that looks
It looks
even cooler
so
than I
incredibly
thought."
charming.
yeah, it does.
It feels like the first Shazam. Like all the trailers feel like the
Hmm.
first Shazam.
That
which
was
is
great. I love the first.
Top 3.
I still haven't seen the
Okay.
second Shazam.
Oh.
It's fine.
The Shazaming.
It's not as fun.
Yeah.
It's no Meg.
What about Meg 2? The Trench.
I can't wait to see it. I'm hoping to stack them up against each other. Yeah.
Thank you
like-
so much for
and-
hanging out with us, and we will talk at you later.
Vertically.